All right, everybody, right now, when we are all in the need to get some sports back into our lives, I'm excited and I'm proud to announce the return of the Titan Games.
Back in the day, and one of the hardest things about doing a show like the show that you're doing is it's the waiting around.
It is. I mean, I work in television, so I'm used to that hurrying up and wait. So it was funny with some of the contestants in the back. They're like, but they said it was going to be at this time. I was like, guys, this is television. Sometimes there's a schedule, but things happen. And I'm like, TV is hurry up and wait.
Right. So that's my question to you, is because you see the format, it's an hour or whatever time that it's on TV, and it seems like it all happens in that. No, it's like all day or days to film. So my question really is, what do you do to stay warm and to stay in the moment, to be ready to go when they say go?
Oh, keep music on at all times, constantly be moving, exercising, tiny little workouts, because you don't want to overexhaust yourself before you actually go out and compete. Just talking with the contestants, getting to know them, getting to know their story. It's really great because we actually all bonded, but I like to keep earbuds in, constantly stretch, do dynamic warm up kind of type stuff to keep you warm. Because when they say, let's go, you got to go.
Right. No, I found it was kind of hard to be like, oh, we're going now. You wait for 2 hours in your outfit or whatever, and then you got to go at that moment. So I found that kind of hard. So I was wondering what.
Or sometimes they're like, go, 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 go. And then they're like, oh, just kidding. We're going to stay here in the back for a second.
Exactly. Another thing I was going to ask you too is, when you see your competitor doing some things, and then like, what is your strategy on, like, you do some stretch outs and they do stretch outs, like you guys always can kind of see each other. So
well, that's the thing is I get so in the zone and so focused that I for some reason, like, all the noise kind of gets drawn out. My competitor, it's not that I forget that they're there, but I'm so focused on what it is that I'm doing that it's like target locked and loaded, and I just like go at it. And we didn't get to see any of the obstacles beforehand or anything like that. So it's kind of one of those, you have to be quick on your feet. You have to be able to just have at it and think, okay, what will be the fastest way to complete this? How can I pick this up properly? And it's just so hard, and you have to be quick on your feet in the moment. And like me personally, I'm like at peace when I'm competing, because I'm like just focused on myself and just going for it.
cool. When I did those other shows, we got to practice them a little bit. So you guys get to practice nothing?
No. And it was like a shock to us too. We didn't really know what events we were going to be doing. All we were told was that, some of the events may be agility based, some of them may be more strength based. Because that's the way when people ask me, they're like, what is Titan Games? I'm like, Titan Games, pretty much the best way I could describe it is if like American Ninja Warrior and American Gladiator had a baby, that's Titan Games. It was a competition that you had to have strength, agility, flexibility. It pretty much everything and anything that has to do with fitness, it was in this competition.
How were the tryouts, and how did you find out about it?
I actually found out from Dwayne Johnson's Instagram page. He had done a call to action. We're looking for Titans. We want you to submit videos of what it is that you can do, what makes you a Titan. And I actually went online and I applied online, which is pretty crazy because I think like oftentimes people are like, they never pick anyone from those online databases. And any job I've ever had, I just believed in myself, took the chance, filled out the application, and was contacted via, the application portal that they had.
That's cool. Cool. Did you ever watch it before?
I watched season 1.
You did watch it.
And I was injured at the time. And it was so fun to watch it because I've always wanted to compete in something that was very physically fit, kind of based. And watching season 1, I was like, man, I can do this. But first and foremost, I have to recover from this Achilles injury. I ruptured my Achilles completely. I went in and the doctor's like, you really did a number in there. And I was like, man, if there's a season 2, I'm going to go for it. And here we are.
Okay. Check this out. When I did, I'm comparing my stuff to yours because I know I could tell what you'd be feeling. When you see a new event, which one of all of them was like the one that you were like, oh no, I don't know, I'm going to be good at it, but maybe you ended up being good at it?
I was a gymnast, so when it comes to like fitness, it's crazy because I look at everything in like a gymnastics kind of perspective, and I wasn't the strongest out of the bunch, but I did have some, tricks in my back pocket. So it's crazy because I was like, I'm really hoping there's like some sort of swinging apparatus or something cool, like going back to your American Ninja Warrior experience. It's just like, I enjoy watching the show because it's like, it's you have to be physically fit, but then you have to be agile and you have to think quick. So I was looking for one of those events. Now we didn't get to choose what events we competed on, but I surprised myself a lot. There were some events that, you had to like use strength, but then at the same time you had to switch and you had to like figure out how am I gonna be able to climb up this or get up this faster. And I surprised myself. I can't give too many, clues as to the events that we watched, but there's some older events that were on season 1 and some brand spanking new events that are so cool.
Gotcha. What, to me, the most surprising thing of everyone that's been picked is everyone had a lot of adversity to overcome, everyone has a good story. So what's your adversities in life that made you become you?
Well, I was born severely pigeon-toed and like my feet were completely turned in. When I was a baby, I had to sleep with braces on my feet to help turn my legs out. And my dad would help strengthen me and stretch me every single night. And I was also born hypermobile. So that is something, the whole left side of my body's been reconstructed. I've had shoulder surgery, 2 knee surgeries, foot surgery, and then in August of 2018, that's when I ruptured my Achilles. So pretty much those ligaments were snapping like crazy. So it's like I have to figure out like, man, I have to push myself physically, but find a way to not, rupture and tear these ligaments. So it's literally been an uphill battle my entire life, but I haven't allowed that to stop me at all whatsoever. It's like you break, you mentally recover, you physically recover, and you keep going. You can't allow an injury to stop you.
When I watch Titans, I always see Dwayne Johnson kind of far away removed. Do you have interaction with him during the whole taping of the show?
Oh my goodness. Dwayne Johnson always came up to everyone after the events. He talked to us individually, personally. He's such a cool guy. He truly is so passionate about every project that he does. So it's really cool after our events, win or lose, he'd always come up, chit chat with us for a second, give us a hug. So that was something that was very comforting.
He is that guy. He is the most nicest, sociable, remembers people's names, birthdays. He is the man. He's the perfect host because he came from, failing at the NFL, being arrested. His dad recently died, all that stuff, and he is the ultimate like host for this kind of show.
Yeah, he has such a diverse background, and I mean, it's a testament to his mom, how she raised him. Like he's just an overall great guy, always smiling, always high energy, and us as contestants, we fed off of that.
Absolutely. That's why I think he's a perfect host. What's your advice to someone new coming on Titans?
Train as much as you can, but it's not just lifting heavy things. It's not just running. Train in all aspects. Like focus on agility type exercises. It's crazy because season 1 you saw a lot of like CrossFit athletes, and it's crazy to think, not saying go out and CrossFit, but that dynamic of doing things for time, being able to lift and be quick with it in a safe manner because you don't want to hurt yourself is the best kind of training. Like high intensity interval training is something that's great. Mix in a little bit of yoga in there. You just have to practice and be good pretty much at everything when it comes to fitness.
All around. You got to be an all around fitness athlete.
Yeah, because you'll see this season, there were some contestants that you could tell clearly had a lot of strength, but when it came to the cardio agility based kind of exercises, that's where they struggled. But that was the coolest part of season 2, was that you didn't have to completely be dominant in the strength category or the agility category. It was one of those things that the events were created for overall fitness. They were the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Wow.
But you really had to mentally dig deep in order to accomplish them. And oftentimes it was one of those who wants it more kind of scenarios, because in some of the events, people were going at it for 20 minutes. And it was one of those things you have to dig deep. You have to tell yourself you're not going to quit and you're going to keep going.
Right. So are you going to use this show now and this experience as another stepping stone in your life of achievements and things to look back on to power you to go forward or attack the next thing?
Absolutely. Everything I do in life, I always learn from it. I never feel regretful for anything that's ever happened to me or anything I've ever done, because we wouldn't be put in these situations in life if we couldn't overcome them. It's always a learning experience for me. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you win, and that's life. You know, you have to keep persevering. You have to keep going forward. And this was a personal journey for me. Yes, there was a cash prize with Titan Games, but at the same time, for me, coming off of an injury, which is a career-ending injury for professional sports athletes, and just being able to tell myself, you know what, you're healed, you can do this, you can compete, you know, with some of the best athletes in the nation. That was kind of like you're good to go, you can do this kind of moment.
Super challenging coming back from an Achilles tear like that. So good job on that.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
I wish I could be there. I don't know how to say this. When I saw myself on TV from shows I did 20 years ago, 15 years ago from competing, I was like, oh, wow, I was like this. I was like that. So you look forward to seeing yourself on video after you've done a show like this?
Well, I work on TV. I'm a ring announcer and a Spanish commentator for a company called All Elite Wrestling on a show called Dynamite. And even till this day, it doesn't matter. I do our show called AEW Dark on YouTube, and just every time I see myself on camera, it's one of those, like, you don't like hearing yourself talk, you don't like looking at yourself, you always pick apart everything. But I'm excited just to see my actual reaction, because I don't remember everything that I do or say, but I remember how I feel in the moment. So I can't wait to see kind of like how the camera captured how I was feeling in the moment while I was competing or watching, and me thinking like, oh my gosh, this is the hardest thing in the world. And then you watch back and you're like, girl, it wasn't that bad.
Sometimes the scale, just a couple of last questions. The scale of it on the set looks one way, but then in real life, it's another way.
It's the magic of TV. It's the magic of TV. But a lot of these events that we were on, we were in the air. We were about like maybe 15, 20 feet in the air competing it and doing these different challenges and stuff. Everything was very safe. You know, there was mats around, God forbid anything were to happen. But they were massive. Mount Olympus was huge.
Wow. Okay, cool. I can't wait to see your episode. I didn't see your episode. I don't know if your episode's aired yet.
No, it doesn't air actually till May 25th.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
I want to interview you afterwards. So now I want to see, maybe we can do it before and after. So you're going, you already shot it, but I haven't seen it.
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so we shot it back in February. So
okay, so I'd like to talk to you again after I air it then.
Yeah.
And see, I'll break it down. I'll break down your events or something.
Sounds good.
Well, great job. I forgot that you're on TV doing other stuff, because it's like a lot of people just go on the show one time and then they're in and they're out. And
yeah, it was funny because everyone kept going to me like, okay, well, you're kind of in this TV world. How does this work? So like we were talking about earlier, oh guys, yeah, it's hurry up and wait. This isn't live TV. So, we can take our time on certain things. It was cool being able to be a mentor in that aspect. And then there were obviously other individuals that were a lot in better shape than I was. I'm like, man, I hadn't deadlifted in like forever. And like during our tryout and stuff like that, we had a deadlift. I was like, I don't even know where to start. So we all work together, and it's crazy how an experience like this bonded all of us, and we still chit chat with each other.
That's cool. It's a very, very inspiring show. So I can't wait to talk to you again. I can't wait to see it, and then I'll come back and I'll see how you did.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be in for a treat because this season we've got doctors, we've got monster truck drivers, we've got opera singers, moms, you name it, like we have it. It's a great season and you're in for a treat.
Good. It's really well done. I can't wait to see your episode and the other episodes as well.
Thank you.
Well, I'll see you later. Thank you.
Bye, no problem.
Bye. All right, how do I turn this off?
Leave meeting. Boom.